Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's live stream. Excuse me. As usual, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the YouTube chat. Otherwise, you're welcome to ask afterwards. So, yeah, if you guys didn't see my last video, I really recommend you check it out. I was really excited with how everything played out, to say the least. It was really a beautiful short move that we caught when everybody was super bullish at the time. So I'm not going to spend too much time reviewing that. I want to talk a little bit more about what we can expect for the week to come. So as per usual, we're going to go ahead and zoom out and talk a little bit about, the moves that we, like some of the high time frame setups that we've been looking at for some time here. And just go ahead and take a look at what that looks like here. So we'll update these areas of liquidity, but for right now, I think that these hold still pretty true. And ultimately what we were looking at was, we've been waiting for this for a while. Like it's just all playing out so perfectly. This 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're looking for this 5, right? These 4s can take, this could take a little bit longer. I could see maybe doing something like this, or maybe we just go straight down. Either way, I'm not really interested in trading BTC here, unless for whatever reason, like, I don't really know why this would happen, but let's just say BTC did get some sort of a 618 back test, like a move back towards the upside like this. I would definitely short that. For me, any kind of bigger pump that looks like, oh my god, yeah, it could go higher. Any kind of a pump like that, for me, I'm gonna short it just outright. I would look to short it. But generally speaking, this is still all in line with kind of what we were looking at. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sweep this low, hopefully this one as well, tap one or both of these areas of liquidity. And then, from there, if we want to go ahead and draw this out a little bit more, this was kind of the idea that I was looking for. And I don't know if you guys all follow me on Twitter or not, but I just posted something on Twitter for the very first time. So like a month ago, I posted like, oh yeah, we have a plan on the Discord. I'm sure in like, 2, 3, 4 weeks, I'll start to see it on the timeline. People start to post the same idea. And just for the first time today, I saw a big account post the same idea where they're like, yeah, I could totally see us doing this sort of head and shoulders formation and da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, like, yeah, way to be 2 to 3 weeks behind on that one. We've already been looking at that setup. The difference is they're not talking about some of these lower time frame moves. They're just like, yeah, expect a head and shoulders. But for us, there's a lot more to it than that, right? And some of these smaller, more actionable moves are actually what's important. And what we're looking for is like a deviation back into this range to get people super bearish, to which then I would expect us to get this move up and take out this high right here. And kind of get some kind of a move maybe to like that 29.5 zone, something like that. You can see we have some nice market structure here that ultimately, if we go ahead and draw back here, we can see that this has been a really contested area. And, before I was calling for a move like this, but now I think it would probably be something more like that, right? Kind of something that I would be looking for that right shoulder. After a deviation here, pop up, sweep that high, and then get this move down. But as of right now, everything is playing out really nicely. So yeah, that 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like an A, B, C, or maybe it would be more like A, B, C, and then we'd have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here. So yeah, so basically what's the whole point here? We are very much prepared. Everything looks and is going exactly according to plan. There's really nothing I see here. There's nothing that's happened where I'm like, wow, this is not according to plan. It is. Everything looks great, right? Okay. So now that we know that this is what, the general plan that we've been trading in, which by the way, this is why we were able to short here with our stops above here, because we knew that this was going to be a wave 4, right? That's largely in part why we were able to catch this short while everybody else was, super bearish, or I'm sorry, super bullish at the time, right? That's why we were able to catch this short. We knew that we were going to get a wave 4 before now a wave 5 completion. So definitely not interested in longs here, guys. Not in any way, shape, or form. Okay, cool. So we kind of tackled that. We can go over to our primary chart. I'm gonna go ahead and hide this. Gosh, really the God's honest truth is I don't really have a whole lot other than to say, like, yeah, I want to see a sweep of these lows and a deviation. I'll look for a long setup there. Otherwise, really, I'm not going to trade unless we got some kind of a scam pump or something like that that people got really bullish on again. I would short that. But really, God's honest truth, I really don't have a whole lot to update for you guys. Obviously, price hasn't done a whole lot of anything here. At the very least, let's maybe just take a look. Previous week high, previous week low. Yeah, I mean, really, nothing. Yeah, I really don't have a whole lot to update for you guys. I think we can take it as that. I actually do want to look monthly on here. Is one thing I am semi-interested in. Low. Okay. Go ahead. So we're down on a 4-hour time frame. This is the previous month low. I think that a lot of people are. Let's go ahead and just take a look at our liquidity really quick, just to get a better idea where we are at on that. Up, we're of our liquidity. 7-day, it's all up here. Okay, this is sort of what I'm talking about. So 23.6, 24. There's a little bit here, but 4 to 24. Yeah. So I mean, really, all the primary liquidity is all down here. I think that everybody's has that in mind and is watching for that. I mean, anybody that kind of has any idea of what they're doing. If we go down to, for me, it will that high. I think that we would take that high. Really, honestly, if BTC wanted to do something kind of crazy, and just like confuse people, maybe it breaks up here and then begins the descent. Maybe. I don't see why it would do that. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, cool. Now that I think about it, Yeah, you know, it's not really exactly right. Uh, you know, oh yeah, a bit lower, but this obviously this price action was more volatile. We're seeing that it's not really identical here. But you know, the idea remains the same. We kind of had this, you know, uh, similarly. Let's go. You know, you can see the comparison. Um, we had quite a bit of sideways price action, break to the upside, move down, one more attempt where we sort of round out and accelerate. We could see something like that. Again, if we do get a move up here, I'm actually gonna set alert. I'm gonna say short back test similar 31K accelerate. Yeah, you know, if anything, I could maybe see something like that. I would look to trade it. I would short the shit out of it for sure with my stop above here. Um, so yeah, I mean, other than that though, really nothing to go. I would not take really any trades here again. Um, you know, like I said, I mean, for me to have a trigger on my trades, like I said, I'm gonna stick to this. I want to see this deviation for a move up. So down in here somewhere, you know, I'll look to consider a long trade. Okay. Um, yeah, I think that that's about it. I think we really, you know, there isn't a whole lot to update here. We can take a brief look at some of our other assets. You know, ETH had this really nice deviation above range high here. Getting that move down again with ETH, you know, looking for kind of a sweep similarly to BTC. Right, so we're still waiting for that plan to come to fruition. It's been a while since we've on that one. This long trade, so far so good. We can see that, you know, there's a potential breakout on ETH BTC here, which could show a little bit of strength on ETH. So something to keep in mind. I did long down here on that. And then the other one we've been trading recently was Solana, and this was really great. So I don't post probably even half of my trades in the Discord, but I post a lot of them. I mean, enough to certainly make some good money on. So well, let me think here. I longed from here. I longed here. Or no, I'm sorry. I longed here. I can't remember. I longed one of these two. Take profit one. We hit that perfectly as marked here. I was going to open up a short. I decided not to. Obviously, that short would have played out perfectly down to the 618. I longed here again, and I'm going to trade that at least up to here, possibly back up to here. And I'm still in my original long, but you know, I've just longed this ultimately once in this zone, took profit. I added that profit back in here. Now I'm just looking to trade it back up higher. So yeah, Solana's looking good. This has been a really nice trade so far. Again, similar to ETH BTC, we can go down to Solana BTC, and we have, you know, some kind of a nice falling wedge. We just got this nice move up, back test to the 618. The next thing we're looking for is sort of a break out of this wedge and a back test and some degree of continuation to the upside. So in my opinion, you know, Solana is liable to have a little bit of upside while BTC probably just continue range for the most part. And if BTC does, like I said earlier, if it does decide to do something that's a little bit more interesting, you know, I wouldn't expect more than just getting that move basically to the 618 zone on this here for then a move down. That would really be what I was looking for on that. Let's see. Link has been interesting. I posted this idea that we'd break down and break up. We didn't do that. We simply broke up out of this. Honest to God, like, I'm not gonna touch Link till I'll show you the only place I would be interested in long Link right now. The only place I would personally be interested in longing Link would be here. These highs, none of these highs have been taken at all. Pretty crazy. We did have this. So here's my opinion on it, right? None of these highs have been taken. Okay, so it's like back to back to back to back highs that have not been touched. You know, this low was taken here. This low was taken here. This low was taken here. So we've had our lows taken again and again and again and again, but the highs, however, have not been touched. So when I see that, you know, I'm thinking to myself, okay, because we had this really nice, well-respected, as a matter of fact, I'm just going to lower this a little bit here. Because we had this really nice, well-respected deviation here, I'm definitely interested in thinking that this is holding and that we're simply going to backtest the range lows for then a move up, which will give us a nice sort of place for a stop loss below here, and then, you know, a good kind of a really nice long for range low there. So yeah, I have my alerts set for that area. It's definitely something I'm looking for. Hopefully it coincides with the move down on BTC. I do want to actually try something really quick. I'm just seeing right now. Yeah, fine. I'm not as big of a fan of it as I am of this one. So yeah, we'll just have to play it by ear. Again, it's just something that I'm looking for. I'm not going to be hopping into longs on anything time soon, with the exception of doing kind of these lower time frame trades on Solana that, you know, have been somewhat interesting because, you know, there is the setup on Solana for some of these trades. But again, I'm not going crazy over it and thinking that we're going to be getting crazy moves or whatever or anything. But yeah, so I can see the setup on Solana. As for the rest, I'm just not interested in longing until we have a little bit more. So again, just a quick recap. BTC, we're sticking to our original plan, ultimately just looking for some degree of a deviation back in here to grab the liquidity that rests between 24.4 and 3.5, kind of that zone in there, right? Looking for some kind of a deviation back into the range, get people ultra bearish, calling for lower targets, negative funding rates, high negative delta. We go ahead and we long it and we bring it up for this right shoulder, where in my opinion, I think that we're liable to have a nice swing failure or deviation. I've actually been a bigger fan of deviations as of late, but doing something, you know, basically like this, where we deviate back up and then get this move down for our right shoulder. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking there. ETH, again, not really crazy playing on ETH right now, but if we go ahead and pull up our old plan, again, I'm just looking for really a sweep of this low. For me, would be a good trigger for a long entry to trade back up to range highs. If we backtest this trend line and lose it, not looking good. But with that said, we can see that there could be some strength against BTC on ETH because of this setup here. This really nice falling wedge that's been going on for a while. So, yeah, I may be interested in looking for some longs on ETH. It could show strength against BTC. And then again with Sol, doing some lower time frame trading, nothing totally crazy. And this is already pretty well played through. We hit our TP1. I added back here, and I'm just simply looking for, you know, a little bit of a continuation to the upside. But I'm happy to take profit here at the 618 and treat it as a scalp, because we do have a nice falling wedge on Sol BTC where we could see some kind of a breakout in the not so far future. So we'll go ahead and leave it at that. But you know, if you guys wanted to get a recap of our most recent trade on BTC, you can go ahead and watch my last video that I posted. It was a market update, not a live stream. It's a really short video. It's under 10 minutes. Go ahead, give that a watch. Otherwise, so far, everything is really just going exactly as we planned for. Obviously, the levels, that pump was a little bit higher on the way forward than we expected, but it looks good. Like everything is as we would want to see it so far. So we'll go ahead and leave it at that. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the group. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. And I'm really looking forward to this trading week. We'll wrap it up just by going like this and seeing really not anything too crazy for this week. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was a lot of sideways price action while alts sort of, you know, stole the show, so to say. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. As always, thanks for joining me.